Hello everyone, I'm Evangelos Achillopoulos, CTO of Acromove, and I'm going to explain you what is AcroCloud and how we are going to ignite the Edge Cloud. But first, let's do a step back. What is great about the cloud? It's that we don't build anything, we don't need experts, and we buy exactly what we want. The cloud the last 12 years has changed the way businesses operate their IT infrastructure on almost all markets. But if the cloud is so great, why we need the edge cloud? How is this connected to 5G and all next generation transformative technologies? Imagine logistic sorting robots, autonomous vehicles, reaching a junction, AR retail sales, the metaverse. All these next generation applications are supposed to be available to all of us through the use of cloud and the 5G technology. But is this true? Let's imagine a little bit. Let's say that we have one autonomous vehicle reaching a junction and there is another one on the other side reaching the same junction. The two cars have to communicate to each other in order the second one to stop and wait the first one to pass first. Now, this is a very time-sensitive application. If there is a slightest delay, the one car of the two will not stop in the correct time, and the other one will assume that the other one is being informed. So this is a very time-critical application. A sorting robot in a warehouse where you have to have speed and productivity. Now imagine the robots have to route their movements around the warehouse, and they have to communicate in order to understand where the other robots are in order to do efficiently their job. Now, the slightest delay, it slows down the whole operation. So all the robots have to move slower in order to be able to communicate with the speed of the network. So productivity is low because the response time of the network is not fast. Now, imagine AR retail sales. So you go to this retail shop and you have this screen in front of you and you want to try virtually this new sweater that you like. So you put your sweater on and you try to see it, how it fits in you. But your moves have to be real time. Otherwise, whatever you see, it's going to be sluggish and not well, and the experience won't be good for you. So imagine how it's going to perform on metaverse, where you're wearing a helmet and you're trying to be in a virtual environment where you have to move. So there are so many other applications, all need tremendous bandwidth and very fast response time to deliver a real-time and personalized experience. So can this application operate in this kind of performance that we see today in our networks with the 5G, the current technology of 5G in the cloud? The answer is no. All these applications will not be possible to operate because it's too slow and there is no autonomy for mission critical applications. So, what is the solution for this? Of course, it's edge computing that minimizes the response time and delivers the speed for the real-time world that is coming. So, what is the first generation edge solution? It's very simple. It's just a computer. So somebody said, okay, we need edge computing, so let's just put a computer there. But wait a second, why we don't see edge everywhere together with the advanced technology it offers? So why hasn't the edge taken off? It's because people don't want a computer. People want the cloud experience, the experience they have been used the last 12 years. And this is what they're looking for. But I have to explain that better. Let's see what's the difference between a computer and the cloud. A computer is a computer. You know what is a computer. It's a server, a blade, can be a hyper-converged server but it is still a computer. A computer is not a cloud data center. So a cloud data center needs switching networks. It needs storage. It needs UPS. It needs cooling. It needs security. It needs all this infrastructure that is there that allows the data center to operate 24/7, 36, 360 days per year. That is what we call data center infrastructure management system. Without this and without all these other parts, a data center, it's not a cloud data center. And that's almost 50 times more technology and infrastructure than just a computer. So people, apart from a computer, in order to build all this experience, to build all this technology, they have to do it themselves. So it's a DIY process. So you have to find, except of the server, the UPS, source the UPS, install the UPS. You have to do the networking, buy the switches, do everything. You have to have the routers that they're going to connect you to the one. And you have to have the backup connectivity with an LTE or 5G and set up also this. You have to have the Wi-Fi connectivity. You need all these software stack that is needed to operate all these things. And apart from that, you need the environment. You need the air condition, you need the humidity to control, you need to control the access, you need to control everything. Now, all this stuff needs experts, many different kind of experts. Now, imagine that you have to be able to find these experts everywhere all those things are deployed. Imagine you have, for instance, a chain of supermarkets with 500 supermarkets all over the place, so in a big country everywhere, with thousands of miles away, one from the other. So you have to find all these people to be able to support you and be there when something breaks. So that's crazy. We're just forcing people to go back to the data center business while we are in the cloud era. And imagine, edge is not something easy. It is like an explosion of 1,000 edge data centers on all big cell towers, big commercial buildings, and all these chains around us, all these industrial locations or retail locations. The cost of deploying thousands of edge data centers everywhere is enormous. So that's why none has offered it. None has done it. So what's the solution of Acromove? Let's see. So you see this nice carry-on case. This is a little case that you see. Of course, it's a computer. It has a computer. But it's not only a computer. This little box you see there has all the network. It has a switch, a router. It has an external modem for backup connectivity. It has its own storage. It has its own UPS. It's a complete data center in a box. With this device, you can run for 2 hours without power. We can remote manage that device and make predictive maintenance on this device. You don't need cooling because this device, it is designed to operate without air conditioning, without cooling, without special specs for humidity. It's secure because this device, it protects itself from all the intruders. It's designed with a security system embedded on the device, separate from the server. So this is a data center in a box. It's a complete data center in a box. So Acromove goes in the atomic level of a data center and builds the most minimal data center possible, moving from a size of a shipping container to a small carry-on case that fits everywhere. But this is not only software, only hardware, it's also the software. Acromove has designed all the software stack it's needed. So it has the virtualization, it has the orchestrator, the federated orchestrator, and the user. So, and the user platform and the API. So it's a full stack there inside that box. But let's see it closer a little bit. So it is the console that the user sees. It is the marketplace where you can find the apps that you want to install on the system, on your VMs and your deployments. It is the platform behind it that has all the APIs and all the mechanics that allows you to automate all the jobs of deployment you have to do everywhere it has to be done. And the core of everything is the cluster. So everywhere we deploy these systems, there is a cluster. On that cluster runs AcroCloud OS, which is a hypervisor, an ultra-thin hypervisor that has the capability to run all your VMs and your container, and especially your container, with just 4% overhead over the bare metal. So you have there whatever you need on a cluster that runs autonomously, even if it's been disconnected. Something that doesn't happen to all the advertising solutions out there. So these are the software components, but there is more. There is the AcroDSIM. It is this hardware design combined with a special firmware inside the box that allow us to control the device remotely and do all these AI and analytics that allow us to do predictive maintenance. And we are able through AcroDSIM to reboot, for instance, a switch, a router, the server himself, hardware rebooted. So AcroDSIM is actually our eyes and ears and hands inside the boxes, wherever it is, inside, wherever it is. Now, you understand that this little box moves around. So since it moves around, it is prone to theft probably, or somebody to try to tamper it, go after your data, because these devices, they carry live data. Of course encrypted, but they carry data. And we don't want to lose this data. So those devices, they have a system called AcroTrace that is a 360 security system. So when the device is even on transit inside a van of a courier, and somebody tries to open it or do something, the device has a mission and knows what it's going to do. So if it sees that there is a diversion of the mission, it goes somewhere that is not allowable, or somebody tries to open something, immediately the device erases all the keys of the device and bricks the device. So your data are safe on this device. Nobody can open it, turn it on, and try to steal your data while it's in transit. So let's see. We have the software stack, we have the hardware, and these two combined are AcroCloud. This is the solution Acromove provides. And it is a radical game changer. It's a solution that changes everything. Because you don't need CapEx. You don't need to invest to build your own data center wherever it's needed. Your own edge data center wherever it's needed. It's zero CapEx. It's only OpEx. So you buy as much as you want. It is exactly the cloud model. Now, it's zero touch deployment. You don't need to do anything. Even my mother can deploy it. And believe me, my mother doesn't know IT, anything. So it is extremely simple. You can turn it on there at your doorstep and can operate immediately and give access to you, to your logs, to everything. So the maintenance is nothing. It's zero maintenance, because when we see something that it's going to break, it's not broken, it's going to break, we are sending another device, and you can just swap the devices, just like that. It's extremely easy. Swapping the devices, changing the cables, and that's it. And it's extremely easy. Extremely easy. Everybody can do it. So you get the full cloud experience. And that's the idea behind AcroCloud and the offering of Acromove. AcroCloud delivers the edge cloud for the new digital era. Thank you.